Naomi never believed she would be miserably scammed by a man she thought to be her husband. Her phone slipped in her hand. Not because it was heavy, but because the face on the screen was impossible. A clean suit, a confident smile, a crowd behind him, clapping. And the name under the photo said, Michael Adebayo, Group CEO, Adebayo Global. Naomi's breathing turned shallow, her throat went dry. Michael, she whispered, her husband, the man she buried, the man she cried for until her eyes hurt. The man whose family she had been sending $1,000 every month for years because she believed he was gone and his family needs support. Naomi stared at the screen again like she was dreaming. But the face did not change, the eyes did not change, that small dimple on the left cheek did not change. Everything in her body screamed one truth: Michael was alive. A message popped up under the post. Congratulations, sir. Africa is proud of you. Africa. Naomi's fingers shook as she tapped the profile. Then her screen froze for 1 second. And in that second, Naomi felt like her heart stopped too. Because the next thing she saw was a photo that made her stomach twist into a hard knot. Michael stood in a bright living room in Lagos, holding a little boy in his arms. And the boy looked exactly like the child Naomi had seen on Michael's phone years ago. The boy he called his sister's child. The boy Naomi had paid school fees for without ever meeting. Naomi's lips parted, but no sound came out. Then she saw another detail in the corner of the photo. A woman's hand rested on Michael's shoulder. The woman's face was half hidden, but her wedding ring was clear, and her caption under the photo said, "My husband, my home, my answered prayer." Naomi's eyes filled up. This was not widow pain. This was something hotter, something sharper, something that could cut. Her doorbell rang. Naomi did not move. It rang again, louder. She wiped her face quickly and forced herself to stand. When she opened the door, her friend Teresa stood there, holding a small paper bag. Teresa took one look at Naomi's face and froze. "Naomi, what happened?" Naomi stepped back slowly, like her legs were not sure how to carry her. Teresa entered and placed the bag on the table. She did not ask about food again. She walked straight to Naomi. "Talk to me," Teresa said softly. "You look like you just saw a ghost." Naomi gave a short laugh that did not sound like laughter at all. "A ghost," Naomi repeated. "No, I saw something worse." She turned her phone toward Teresa with shaking hands. Teresa leaned in. Her eyes scanned the screen. Then Teresa's mouth fell open. "No," Teresa whispered. "Naomi, is that—" Naomi nodded once, slow and painful. "Yes," she said. "That is Michael." Teresa blinked hard, like she was trying to clear her vision. "But Naomi—" Michael passed on. Naomi's voice broke when she answered. "That is what I believed." Teresa could not believe her eyes, like her body suddenly became weak. "How?" Teresa asked. "How is this possible?" Naomi's eyes stayed on the screen as if it could explain itself, but it could not. Years ago, Naomi was already doing well in Canada. She was not just comfortable, she was wealthy. She came from a rich family and she worked hard too. People respected her, people listened when she spoke, but she was still lonely sometimes. One evening, she walked into a small African restaurant in Toronto just to feel closer to home. She missed the taste of real pepper soup. She missed the sound of African voices laughing freely. That was where she met Michael. He was polite, calm, tall, clean-looking. His accent was smooth. When he smiled, it felt warm. They talked for hours that day, about school, about family, about dreams. Michael said he came to Canada to study and to build a future. He said the words like he meant them. Naomi believed him. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into a relationship that felt safe. Michael always knew what to say. When Naomi was tired, he rubbed her shoulders. When Naomi had pressure at work, he brought her tea. When Naomi asked about his family, he spoke with respect. "My mother is in Africa," he told her. "She is not rich, but she is strong." Naomi liked that. She liked a man who cared about his family. When Michael proposed, Naomi cried. Real tears. Happy tears. Teresa even warned Naomi gently, Naomi, she said at the time, just be careful. Some people chase papers, some people chase money. Naomi laughed and hugged Teresa. Michael is different, she said. He loves me. And for a while, it really looked like he did. After the wedding, Michael started talking about Lagos more. I want you to meet my people, he said. I want you to see where I came from. So Naomi agreed. The first time they came to Africa together, Naomi was excited. The city was loud, busy, full of life. It felt like energy everywhere. Michael's family welcomed Naomi with wide smiles and deep respect. His mother hugged her and called her, my daughter. Naomi felt loved, but something small happened during that visit. Something that did not look big at first. One night, Naomi saw Michael's phone light up. On his screensaver was the picture of a little boy. The boy was about 5 or 6, big eyes, a serious face, same cheek shape as Michael. Naomi smiled. He is cute, she said. Who is he? Michael's answer came fast. My sister's child, he said. My sister passed on when she gave birth to him, so I take care of him now. Naomi's heart softened immediately. Oh no, she said, that is so sad. Where is the boy? Michael lowered his voice. He stays with my mother, he said, here in Lagos. Naomi nodded, feeling sorry for the child. That night, Naomi did not sleep well. Not because of fear, just because something about the story felt too quick. But she pushed the feeling away. Because love makes you protect the person you love, even from your own doubts. After that, Naomi and Michael kept traveling to Lagos sometimes. They would stay for a short time, then return to Canada. And each time, Naomi noticed something. Michael did not allow her to move freely. If she wanted to go out alone, he insisted on coming. If she wanted to talk to his mother privately, he stayed close. If she asked to see the boy, Michael always had a reason why it could not happen. He is in school. He traveled to the village. He is not feeling fine. Naomi began sending money for the boy's welfare because she felt sorry for him. School fees, clothes, books, food. And when Michael's mother praised her, Naomi felt proud. You are a good wife, Michael's mother would say. God will bless you. Naomi smiled and believed she was doing the right thing. Then one day, Michael told her something that changed everything. My mother is very sick, he said, holding his chest. I need to travel down to Africa quickly. Naomi stood up immediately. Let us go together, she said. Michael shook his head. Not this time, he said. It is better I go alone. I will be back soon. I just need to settle things. Naomi hated the idea, but she agreed. She packed his bag. She kissed him. She prayed for him. And Michael left. For the first week, he called often. The second week, he called less. By the third week, Naomi was worried. Then one evening, Naomi got a call. A woman's voice sounded weak and broken. Naomi, the voice cried, it is Mama, Michael's mother. Naomi's heart jumped. Yes, Mama. What happened? Is Michael okay? There was a pause. Then the woman screamed, Michael is gone. Naomi's world went silent. What? What do you mean? Naomi asked, almost choking. The woman cried louder. He had an accident. He did not make it. Our son is gone. Naomi dropped the phone. Teresa had been with her that night too. Teresa held her as Naomi screamed like a person losing her mind. Naomi flew to Africa. She saw a grave. She saw people crying. She saw Michael's mother shaking and calling his name. Naomi believed it. Because grief is heavy. And when everyone around you is acting a drama with full tears, your heart will not easily doubt it. Naomi returned to Canada as a widow. And because she loved Michael, she promised his family something. Every month, Naomi said through tears, I will send $1,000. You are all I have left of him. Michael's mother held her hand tightly. God bless you, she cried. And Naomi kept her promise. Month after month, year after year, until today. Until Facebook showed her the truth like a slap. Teresa was now staring at Naomi, her eyes filled with shock and anger. Naomi, Teresa whispered, this means all these years. Naomi nodded slowly. Yes, Naomi said. I was feeding a lie. Teresa grabbed the phone and scrolled again, then her face changed even more. Naomi, Teresa said quickly, pointing at the screen. "Look at this." Naomi leaned in. Teresa tapped a recent photo. Michael stood in front of a tall glass building in Lagos, holding a microphone. Behind him, a sign on the wall showed the company name and address. Victoria Island, Lagos. Naomi's stomach turned again. Teresa's voice dropped to a whisper. "He is not hiding," Teresa said. "He is living large, right there in Lagos." Naomi's hands became still. Her tears dried. Her voice became quiet, but it sounded dangerous. "Teresa," Naomi said, "do you know what hurts the most?" Teresa shook her head slowly. Naomi stared at Michael's smiling face and answered, "I did not only lose my husband." She swallowed hard. "I lost my dignity. I lost my trust." Then she lifted her phone again. "And I will not lose my justice." Teresa held her breath. Naomi's thumb hovered over the screen. She found the message button on Michael's profile. Her heart beat once, hard. Then she whispered almost to herself, "Let us see if a dead man can answer." Naomi pressed send, and right at that moment, a new notification popped up on her phone. It was not from Michael, it was from a strange Lagos number. The message was only one line. "Madam Naomi, please don't message him. They are watching." Naomi read the message again, and again, and again. Her chest felt tight, like someone had tied a rope around her heart. Teresa leaned closer. "Who sent that?" Naomi shook her head slowly. "I don't know. The number is from Lagos." Teresa grabbed the phone. "Naomi, this is not normal. Someone is watching you?" "Watching what?" Naomi sat down carefully, as if her legs might fail her if she moved too fast. "They know," Naomi said quietly. "Someone knows that I know." Teresa's eyes widened. "Naomi, this is getting dangerous." Naomi did not answer immediately. Her mind was racing, but her face was calm. Too calm. For years she had cried. For years she had blamed herself for not seeing the signs. For years she had been soft, but this moment did something to her. It woke something up. "Teresa," Naomi finally said, "I did not come this far in life by panicking." Teresa looked at her friend closely. Naomi's eyes were no longer wet. They were sharp. "I will not message Michael again," Naomi continued. "Not yet." Teresa frowned. "Then what will you do?" Naomi stood up and walked to the window. She looked out at the city lights of Toronto, bright and calm. "I will listen," Naomi said, "and I will learn." She turned back slowly. "And when I move, I will move quietly." Teresa swallowed. "Naomi, remember, this is Lagos. People hide secrets well there." Naomi nodded. "I know. That is why I must understand the secret before I touch it." That night, Naomi did not sleep. She lay on her bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying every memory, every smile Michael gave her, every story he told. Every time he said, "Trust me." She remembered the way he never allowed her to ask questions freely in Lagos. She remembered how his family always avoided eye contact when certain topics came up. She remembered how quickly they accepted her money. By morning, Naomi had made a decision. She called her assistant first thing. "I need information," Naomi said calmly. "Everything connected to Adebayo Global. The directors, the partners, the land, the history." Quietly. Her assistant paused. "Madam, is this business or personal?" Naomi answered without hesitation. "Both." Then Naomi made another call. This one went to Lagos, a number she had not called in years. Michael's mother. The phone rang twice, then a familiar voice answered. "Naomi, my daughter," the woman cried happily. "How are you?" Naomi closed her eyes briefly. "I am fine, Mama," Naomi said gently. "How are you and the family?" "We are managing," the woman replied quickly. "God is helping us." Naomi nodded, even though the woman could not see her. "I wanted to check on you," Naomi continued. "I have been thinking of coming to Lagos to visit." There was a pause, a long one. "Oh, Lagos?" Michael's mother said slowly. "Why now?" Naomi smiled faintly. "I miss you," Naomi said, "and I want to see the boy again. He must be grown now." Another pause. This one was longer. Yes, the woman finally replied. "He has grown." Naomi's fingers tightened slightly around the phone. "That is good," Naomi said. "I would like to see him with my own eyes." The woman cleared her throat. "That may be difficult," she said. "The boy is very busy with school." Naomi expected this. "That is fine," Naomi replied smoothly. "I will wait." Silence. Then the woman laughed nervously. "Naomi, my daughter, you are too kind," she said. "But Lagos is stressful. Canada suits you better." Naomi's smile faded. "Mama," Naomi said softly, "I am Michael's wife." Her voice dropped slightly. "And Lagos is my home too." The woman did not answer immediately. Then she said something that confirmed everything. "We will call you back," Michael's mother said quickly and ended the call. Naomi lowered the phone slowly. Teresa, who had been listening quietly, shook her head. "They are scared," Teresa said. "Yes," Naomi replied, "because lies fear light." That same day, Naomi's assistant sent her the first report. Adebayo Global was not just a company, it owned estates, factories, shipping contracts, and the date it officially started. 2 years after Michael died. Naomi laughed quietly, a sad laugh. "So while I was wearing black," Naomi whispered, "he was building an empire." Teresa leaned closer. "Naomi, do you know what this means?" "Yes," Naomi said, "my money was the seed." Teresa's eyes filled with anger. "All those transfers, all those monthly payments." Naomi nodded slowly. "And he made sure they never traced it back to me," Naomi added. "Everything was layered." Teresa clenched her fists. "This man planned this from the beginning." Naomi picked up her phone again. She opened her banking app. She scrolled through years of transactions. Her face did not change, but inside her something burned. Then another message came in. Same Lagos number. "Madam, please stop asking questions. Some doors are better left closed." Naomi stared at the message. Then she typed a reply. She did not send it. Instead, she deleted the message and blocked the number. "They want me afraid," Naomi said calmly. Teresa nodded. "Yes." Naomi straightened her shoulders. "But fear is what they expect," she said. "Silence is what they will get." That evening, Naomi booked a flight, not immediately, 2 weeks later. Enough time to prepare. Enough time to disappear quietly. Enough time to arrive in Lagos without noise. She told no one except Teresa, and even Teresa did not know the full plan, because Naomi was no longer reacting. She was planning. 2 days before her flight, something happened. Naomi received a message from an unknown email. No greeting, no name, just one sentence. "If you come to Lagos, you will lose more than money." Naomi read it slowly, then she closed her laptop. She looked straight ahead and spoke aloud, even though she was alone. "I already lost everything that mattered," she said. "Now it is your turn." She picked up her phone and opened Michael's Facebook page one more time. There was a new post, a video. Michael stood on a stage in Lagos, smiling proudly. Behind him, a banner read, "Family Man, Visionary Leader." The crowd cheered. Naomi watched the video to the end. Then she whispered one sentence that had no emotion in it at all. "Enjoy your applause, Michael." Because Naomi had finally understood something very important. Michael did not just fake his death. He left footprints, and footprints can always be followed. As Naomi zipped her travel bag that night, her phone vibrated again. A message came in. This time it was from Michael's account. Just 3 words. "Naomi, please." Naomi froze. Her heart beat once, hard. She stared at the screen, her fingers trembling slightly. Then she looked up slowly and smiled, because now she knew one thing for sure. The dead man was afraid, and somewhere in Lagos someone had just realized the widow was no longer grieving. She was coming. Naomi did not reply Michael's message. She stared at the words, "Naomi, please." For a long time, not because she felt pity, but because she felt power. For years, she had begged silently, begged the past to make sense, begged grief to soften, begged God to explain why love hurt so deeply. Now the begging had changed sides. Naomi locked her phone and continued packing. In Lagos, Michael was sweating. He sat alone in a wide office on Victoria Island, glass walls shining, air cool, leather chair soft. Everything around him spoke of success, Yet his hands shook. He refreshed his phone again. No reply. "How did she find me?" he whispered. He stood up and paced the room. "No." She was quiet. "She always trusted me." His assistant knocked lightly and entered. "Sir, the board meeting starts in 10 minutes. Michael forced a smile. "Cancel it." The assistant hesitated. "Sir, the investors—" "I said cancel it," Michael snapped. The assistant nodded quickly and left. Michael dropped back into his chair. He opened Facebook again and scrolled to Naomi's profile. Her last post was old. Nothing new, no hint, no warning. And that scared him more than shouting ever could. Back in Canada, Naomi landed in Lagos quietly 2 weeks later. No announcement, no calls to Michael's family, no social media posts. Just Naomi, her handbag, and calm steps. Teresa had begged her to take security. Naomi refused. "If I walk in loudly, they will hide," Naomi said. "If I walk in softly, they will relax." Her driver took her straight to a private apartment in Ikoyi, one she had bought years ago but never used. As soon as she entered, Naomi sat down and breathed deeply. Lagos hummed outside. Cars, voices, life. This city held her truth. That night, Naomi made her first move. Not against Michael, against the lie. She called the school she had been paying for all these years, the one Michael said the sister's child attended. "Good evening," Naomi said politely. "I am calling to confirm the records of a student I sponsor." The school officer sounded cheerful. "Yes, madam." "Please give the name." Naomi gave the boy's name. There was a pause. "I'm sorry, madam," the woman said. "There is no such student here." Naomi closed her eyes slowly. "Are you sure?" Naomi asked. "Yes, madam. We checked our records." Naomi thanked her and ended the call. She sat still for a full minute. Then she stood up. So even the child's school was a lie, she said to herself. The next day, Naomi went somewhere unexpected. Not to Michael's office. Not to his estate. She went to his old family house, the one she visited when she first came to Lagos as a bride. The gate looked newer. The walls were freshly painted. Money had passed through this place. Naomi knocked. A young woman opened the door. She froze when she saw Naomi. "Yes?" the woman asked, her voice unsure. "I'm Naomi," Naomi said gently. "Michael's wife." The woman's face drained of color. I will call Mama," she said and rushed inside. Michael's mother came out slowly. Her eyes widened. "Naomi?" she whispered. Naomi smiled calmly. "Mama," she said, "I came to greet you." The woman looked around nervously. "Why did you not call?" she asked. "I wanted to surprise you," Naomi replied. The woman forced a smile. "You should have told us." Naomi stepped inside without waiting for permission. The sitting room was larger now. New furniture, a big television. Nothing here looked like a house struggling on $1,000 a month. Naomi sat down. "Mama," she said softly, "I came because I miss Michael." The woman's eyes filled with fake tears instantly. "Oh, my son," she cried, "he was a good man." Naomi nodded. "Yes," she said, "he was." There was a silence. Then Naomi asked quietly, "Where is the boy?" The woman stiffened. "Which boy?" she asked. Naomi leaned forward. "The one I have been sending money for," Naomi said, "your daughter's child." The woman's hands began to shake. He went out," she said. "With who?" Naomi asked. "With his father." Naomi's heart skipped. "His father," she repeated gently. The woman froze. The room felt suddenly smaller. Naomi stood up slowly. "Mama," Naomi said calmly, "your daughter died during childbirth. Remember?" The woman's lips trembled. I meant his uncle," she corrected quickly. Naomi picked up her bag. "I will come back," Naomi said. "I want to see him." The woman grabbed her hand suddenly. "Naomi," she whispered urgently, "please, let sleeping things sleep." Naomi removed her hand gently. "I slept long enough," she said. That evening, Michael finally found her, not in person, by phone. Her phone rang once. She answered calmly. "Naomi," Michael's voice said, shaking, "please don't do this." Naomi leaned back on the couch. "Do what?" she asked. "Come to Lagos," Michael said. Dig up old wounds. Naomi smiled. You dug them, she replied. I am just looking inside. Naomi, Michael begged. I loved you. Naomi's smile disappeared. No, she said quietly. You used me. Silence. Then Michael whispered, What do you want? Naomi paused. I want the truth, she said. You cannot handle it, Michael replied. Naomi stood up and walked to the window. Try me, she said. The call ended. 2 hours later, Naomi received a message from an unknown number. A photo. The photo showed a boy, same eyes, same cheek, same face. But this time, the boy was standing beside Michelle. The caption under the photo read, Your money built his future. Naomi's chest tightened. Then another message came in. If you go further, you will destroy a family. Naomi typed slowly. You destroyed mine first. She pressed send, and at that moment, there was a knock on her apartment door. Hard, sharp, urgent. Naomi froze. She looked at the door, then at her phone. A final message popped up from Michael. Please don't open that door. Naomi's heart pounded as she stood still, because whoever was on the other side was not there to talk. Naomi stood still. The knock came again, louder, firmer. Teresa's voice echoed in her head. Be careful. Lagos hides secrets well. Naomi did not rush. She walked slowly to the door and looked through the peephole. 2 men stood outside, well-dressed, clean shoes, calm faces, not angry, not smiling. That was worse. Naomi unlocked the door halfway and kept the chain on. Yes, she asked. One of the men nodded politely. Good evening, madam, he said. We are here on a friendly matter. Naomi held the door firmly. I don't receive visitors without notice, she replied. The second man spoke. We just want to talk. It will not take long. Naomi looked straight at him. About Michael, she asked. Both men exchanged a quick look. The first man smiled slightly. You are a smart woman. Naomi removed the chain and opened the door fully. If you came to threaten me, she said calmly, you picked the wrong house. The men stepped inside. They sat only when Naomi sat. That told her something. They were careful. Madam Naomi, the first man began, Michael has asked us to speak with you. Naomi crossed her legs slowly. Why didn't he come himself? She asked. The man paused. He is busy. Naomi smiled faintly. Or afraid, she said. Silence. Then the second man spoke. Madam, what happened years ago was unfortunate. Naomi raised her hand. No, she said, it was planned. The man swallowed. Michael did not mean to hurt you, he said. Naomi leaned forward slightly. He married me while married already, she said calmly. He took my money. He faked his death. He watched me cry and still collected my support money. Her voice remained steady. Tell me, Naomi asked, which part of that was an accident? The men said nothing. Naomi continued, I did not come to Lagos to shout, she said. I came to understand. The first man nodded slowly. Madam, he said, there are many people involved. Families, children. Naomi's eyes hardened. Was I not family? She asked quietly. The man looked down. Michael is willing to settle, he said quickly. We can arrange compensation. Naomi laughed softly. Compensation, she repeated. You think this is about money? She stood up. I am a billionaire, she said simply. Money was never the problem. The men looked uneasy now. What I want, Naomi continued, is the truth. Every document, every account, every name. The second man shook his head. That will destroy everything, he said. Naomi nodded. Yes, she replied, that is the point. The men stood up slowly. Please, the first man said, give us time. Naomi walked to the door and opened it. You have until tomorrow evening, she said. After that, I stop being patient. The men left without another word. Naomi locked the door and leaned against it. Her heart beat fast now, not from fear, from clarity. She picked up her phone and called Teresa. They came, Naomi said. Who? Teresa asked sharply. Messengers, Naomi replied, not the king. Teresa exhaled. Are you safe? Yes, Naomi said, but it's deeper than I thought. That night, Naomi received an email, no sender name, just attachments, bank statements, property records, company shares. Her name appeared everywhere. Hidden, layered, used. Naomi scrolled slowly. Her hands trembled slightly now, not from weakness, from anger. By morning, she knew everything: the estate in Lekki, the factories in Ogun, the offshore account, the wife. Her name was Amaka. The boy's name was David, and the date Michael's company fully took off. 1 week after his fake burial. Naomi closed her laptop. She whispered one sentence. So I buried a man who was busy opening accounts. Her phone rang. Michael. She answered. Naomi, Michael said quickly, please, let us talk. Naomi's voice was calm. I know her name, she said. Silence. I know the boy's name, Naomi continued. Silence again. And I know every place my money touched, she finished. Michael's breath sounded heavy. You don't understand, he said. I did this for my family. Naomi's voice dropped. I was your family. Michael whispered, what do you want? Naomi smiled, slow and cold. I want you to look me in the eye, she said. Tomorrow, Victoria Island. There was a long pause, then Michael answered softly, Okay. The call ended. Naomi stood up and looked at herself in the mirror. She was not the widow who cried anymore. She was not the woman who trusted blindly. She was awake. As she turned away, her phone buzzed again, a message from an unknown number. Madam Naomi, please don't meet him alone. Naomi's eyes narrowed, then another message followed immediately. From Michael. If you expose me, my son will hate you forever. Naomi closed her eyes and whispered, then let us see who truly deserves his love. She picked up her bag. Tomorrow was coming, and so was the truth. Naomi arrived early. The cafe on Victoria Island was quiet, neat and bright. Glass walls, soft music. People who minded their business. Naomi chose a table close to the window. She wanted light. She wanted space. She wanted truth. Michael arrived 10 minutes late. He looked thinner than the man on Facebook. His suit was sharp, but his eyes were tired. When he saw Naomi, he stopped walking for a second, like a man seeing his past stand up. Naomi, he said softly as he sat down. Naomi did not smile. Michael, she replied. They sat in silence for a moment. Then Michael spoke. You look well. Naomi nodded. Grief teaches strength. Michael looked down. I never planned for it to end this way, he said. Naomi leaned forward slightly. You planned everything else, she said, so don't lie now. Michael swallowed. I was poor, he said. I was tired of suffering. I wanted more. Naomi listened. I came to Canada to change my life, Michael continued. Then I met you. You were kind. You were powerful. You opened doors. Naomi's voice stayed calm. So you married me while married already, she said. You took my money. You lied about a child. You lied about death. Michael rubbed his face. I did love you, he said weakly. Naomi shook her head slowly. Love does not steal, she said. Love does not bury itself to survive. Love does not watch someone cry and still collect money. Michael's eyes filled with tears. I didn't think you would ever find out, he whispered. That, Naomi said, was your biggest mistake. She placed a brown envelope on the table. Michael stared at it. What is that? He asked. Your truth, Naomi replied. Inside were copies of documents. Bank transfers, property deeds, company shares, marriage records, school payments, everything. Michael's hands shook as he flipped through them. You know everything, he whispered. Yes, Naomi said, and so do my lawyers. Michael's head snapped up. Lawyers? He asked, panic rising. Naomi nodded. I did not come to shout, she said. I came to correct. Michael's voice broke. Please, he said, if you take this public, my son... Naomi raised her hand gently. David deserves truth, she said, not wealth built on lies. Michael leaned back, defeated. What do you want? He asked again. Naomi took a deep breath. I want every property bought with my money returned, she said. I want my name removed from your business. I want a public confession. And I want every dollar I sent as a widow refunded to a charity that supports women who were deceived like me. Michael stared at her. You will ruin me, he said. Naomi shook her head. No, she replied, you ruined yourself. Tears rolled down Michael's face. I was afraid, he said. I didn't want to go back to nothing. Naomi's eyes softened, just a little. Fear explains choices, she said, but it does not excuse them. She stood up slowly. You have two options, Naomi continued. You cooperate, and the law will be fair. Or you resist, and the truth will be loud. Michael looked around the cafe. People laughed softly. Cups clinked. Life moved on. He nodded slowly. I will cooperate, he said. Naomi picked up her bag. This ends today, she said, for both of us. As she walked away, Michael called out softly, Naomi, I'm sorry. Naomi stopped, but did not turn. Sorry heals those who change, she said. I hope you do. Weeks later, Lagos buzzed quietly. Not with noise, with facts. Michael stepped down as CEO. Assets were frozen. A public statement was released. The truth was clear. No shouting, no drama, just truth. Naomi returned to Canada, this time not as a widow, but as a woman who chose herself. She stopped the monthly $1,000. Instead, she set up a foundation in Lagos, one that helped women verify, protect, and rebuild. On the opening day, Naomi spoke briefly. Love should not make you blind, she said, and kindness should never make you a victim. She looked at the crowd and added softly, ask questions, check facts, protect your future. That night, Naomi sat alone in her living room, calm, free. Her phone buzzed once, a message from Teresa. Proud of you. Naomi smiled. She had lost a husband, but she found herself, and sometimes that is the greatest inheritance of all. If you loved this story, kindly subscribe to this channel right now, hit that like button. And in the comments, tell us what lesson did you learn from this story. Turn on notifications so you never miss our stories. Share this video with your friends and family. Thank you for watching and see you in the next interesting story, bestie.